This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 495, The 3 Levels of Financial Independence. Because money is only part of the equation. Part 2, by Sam of FinancialSamurai.com. And hi again, everybody. Happy Friday to you. I am your host, Dan. I'm here each weekday reading to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. And as I like to remind you now and again, we do accept requests, or at least we like to hear what you're thinking about the content here on the show, and maybe you've got topic ideas for us. Come share those at oldpodcast.com. And a big thank you to Four Sigmatic for sponsoring today's episode. Four Sigmatic makes drinking mushrooms and superfoods delicious and easy to do with their mushroom coffees, mushroom superfood blends, and mushroom elixirs. You can get 15% off with our special code FINANCE and visit foursigmatic.com/finance. That's FOURSIGMATIC.com/finance. Today's post is a continuation from yesterday, so if you're new here, I would definitely recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. That's episode 494. But if you're all caught up, let's go. Let's hear part 2 as we continue optimizing your life. The 3 Levels of Financial Independence, because money is only part of the equation. Part 2, by Sam of FinancialSamurai.com. Remember, once you've reached financial independence, you no longer have to save. Everybody striving for financial independence tends to save anywhere from 20% to 80% of their after-tax income each year on top of maxing out their pre-tax retirement accounts. Therefore, if you're able to 100% replicate your gross annual household income through your investments, you're actually getting a raise based on the amount you were saving each year. If you have 20 years left to live and only require $60,000 a year, having $1.2 million can also be considered enough even if you make zero return. The only problem is that your purchasing power will decline by about 2% a year due to inflation. The other problem is that you don't know exactly how many years you have left to live. Therefore, it's always better to have more rather than less. My blogging buddy Joe from Retire by 40, who is 6 years older than me, is a good example of having enough money but finding it difficult to overcome his fear of not working. Every year, he questions whether his wife can join him in retirement, even though he's been retired for over 5 years, has close to a $3 million net worth, and has online income and passive income to more than cover their annual living expenses. Every year, I tell him she could have retired years ago, but he's adeptly convinced her to keep on working. Blockbuster financial independence. This is a level of FI that I've been trying to achieve since I was 30 years old. I decided back then that an individual income of $200,000 to $250,000 and a household income of $300,000 was the ideal income for maximum happiness. With such income, you can live a comfortable life raising a family of up to 4 anywhere in the world. Given I've spent my post-college life living in Manhattan and San Francisco, it was only natural to arrive at much higher income levels than the U.S. household median. Remember, half the country live in more expensive coastal cities. These figures are partially due to a highly progressive tax code that was implemented in the mid-2000s that really went after income levels above these thresholds. Further, I carefully observed my happiness level from making much less to making much more. Any dollar earned above $250,000 to $300,000 didn't make a lick of difference. In fact, I often noticed a decline in happiness due to the increased stress from work. Using the same 2.5% to 5% return figures, one would therefore need $5 million to $10 million per individual and $6 to $12 million per couple in investable assets to reach blockbuster financial independence. In addition, it is preferable if your home is also paid off. If you are generating $250,000 to $300,000 in passive income without having to work, life is good, really good. At my peak in 1H 2017, I got to about $220,000 in annualized passive income, but then ended up slashing $60,000 from the top after selling my rental house to simplify life. Therefore, I've still got a long way to go, especially now that I have a son to raise. The way many people reach blockbuster financial independence with income of $250,000 to $300,000 is through a combination of investment income and passion project cash flow. Since FI allows you to do whatever you want, here's your chance to follow the cliche, follow your passions and the money will follow, without worry that there will be no money. My passion so happens to be this site. But due to fear of not being able to comfortably provide for my wife and newborn, I worked too much in 2017 on Financial Samurai to my health's detriment. Therefore, until I can reach $300,000 a year in passive income or never let Financial Samurai stress or tire me out again, I won't be reaching blockbuster FI anytime soon. All levels of financial independence are good. Even if you find yourself in the budget FI category, it's still better than having to work at a soulless day job with a long commute and a terrible boss. Most people who find themselves in budget FI are either on the younger side, younger than 40, don't have kids, or are forced to live frugally. I've found that in many cases, folks in budget FI long to lead a more comfortable life, so they either get back to work, do some consulting, or try to build a business within 3 years to move up the pyramid. The only way I found to successfully overcome the fear of not working is by either negotiating a severance, building enough passive income to cover all your living expenses for at least 12 consecutive months, or trying out FI living first while your partner still works. Feeling comfortably FI doesn't just happen with the snap of the fingers. There is this natural urge to still make financial progress by continuing the good financial habits that got you there in the first place. And wonderfully, the progress you make is like finding loose diamonds after you've already found a pot of gold. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled The 3 Levels of Financial Independence, Because Money is Only Part of the Equation, by Sam of FinancialSamurai.com. And a big thank you again to Four Sigmatic for sponsoring this episode. Four Sigmatic makes mushroom coffees, mushroom superfood blends, and mushroom elixirs, a really easy and tasty way to get the health benefits of different kinds of mushrooms. Beyond the portobello, an entire kingdom of mushrooms exist, with many being shown to have amazing health benefits for immunity, energy, and longevity. And for a lot of people, the problem with coffee is that it's super acidic, which might mess with your stomach, or it's too much caffeine, so you get the jitters. Well, Four Sigmatic solves both of these. There's less caffeine and it's less acidic. Plus, you get the added benefit of the mushrooms, all in a quick and easy-to-consume drink. They have different mushroom drinks for different benefits, and not only coffee, but also hot cacao. Check out their different options, and we've got a special deal. You can get 15% off your order by using our code FINANCE, and the link is foursigmatic.com/finance. That's foursigmatic.com/finance. And we thank them for sponsoring this podcast. And that's another week of Optimal Finance Daily in the books. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll be right back here on Monday reading to you. So see you there, where your optimal life awaits.